Hi, love. Hello, and welcome to Co-Creative Healing Journey. My name is Greta. I'm a healer, and this is a pick a card reading where Spirit wants to talk to you about a new energy that's in town. So there's a new energetic cycle that you are moving in, and Spirit wants to tell you more about that energetic cycle and really how you can align with it to co-create what is here for you. There is promise here, there are opportunities, and so Spirit wants to give you the perspective that you need to make the most out of your current energy cycle. So timestamps are in the description box. We have three options. Pick your I was gonna say pick your poison, pick your healing, and I will see you for your reading in just a little bit. Hi, love. Hello, and welcome to those of you who chose the first option. We have here some cards that are going to talk about the energy cycle that you're in and the core of what Spirit wants to communicate to you, and then we will draw some more cards here a bit later. So let's look at what we have. We have Alchemy, we have Alpha Dragon, Awakening, and Belonging. Now, Alchemy says the frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemists to perform the miracles of transmutation. Ah, yeah, that's the core of the energy cycle that you're in. You're in a cycle that is a very, I'm getting the energy of permissive. It's a cycle that is going to allow you to shape and mold your reality into what you want it to be. This is your reality as it is. This is the reality that you want, that you need, that you deserve. And in the middle is this energy cycle that is here to allow you to transmute or transform. That's the main aspects of alchemy that I think about. Transmute, make something into a higher version of itself. Transform, make something into something different. So you get to do both, really. You get to transmute what you want to keep, you get to transform what you don't want to keep, and you get to have a lot of initiative, a lot of power, and a lot of say in what comes next, in what you're going to be manifesting and bringing into reality. With the Alpha Dragon, harnesses the divine masculine power of creation, destroy the old, visualize your dream, help to manifest a new world. Yeah, it's reiterating this notion of the old and the new. It's very important in this energy cycle, and the energy is really going to be supporting you in that is for you to identify and recognize things that are outworn, they're out of alignment with who you are today, and especially with who you're intended to be in the higher sense where you're headed. So there are things that really do need to be left in the past. They really do need to be left almost by the wayside. They are no longer relevant to who you are and where you're headed in your life. And again, from the notion, the understanding of your true being, right? The true alchemist, that's your soul. And so your soul knows where it wants to go, it knows what it wants to manifest. And this is you finding in this power, finding in this cycle the power to act upon that deeper knowing of who you really are and what you really want, what you really need, what you really deserve to experience. So for some of you, well, I mean, for all of you, the card is here. But the degree is going to be different for everyone watching. But that goes into awakening certain aspects of yourself that you didn't know. Part of it is divine masculine power, so awakening this higher level of masculine energy that absolutely knows how to direct, how to guide, how to do the basics of masculine energy, also provide, protect, perform, pursue those levels of masculine energy, but then taking it into that divine masculine level where it is love based, it is heart centered. So there's an awakening to the truth of your heart, but also the ability to pursue the truth that does come in. So there's both aspects. It's not passive, it's not inert. Whatever you awaken to, you will act on, or you're intended to act on in this energy cycle. And where you don't act, there will be a very polarizing energy. What's not working, what needs to go, is going to get more and more uncomfortable, and what is drawing you in, what is heart centered, what is really aligned, is going to start to get shinier and shinier and brighter and feel better and better. But beyond feeling, it's in the heart. So you're going to love it more. You're going to value it more. You're going to be more passionate about it. You're going to care a lot more about what is really and truly aligned with you. But again, there's this understanding that it is something that you are awakening to, something that you don't fully know about yourself. You don't fully know it about who you are. You don't really fully know it about the kind of life you want to lead. And you don't fully know it about your ability, capacity to lead that life, to pursue it, to make it happen. And also, you don't fully know how much spirit is going to help you, how much spirit is going to carry you, support you to get you there. Ah, beautiful. And then finally, we have belonging. And this is a very interesting energy, but it's like, it's talking about how in this energy, there is going to be that aspect of really highlighting where you do belong and what belongs with you. Belonging in the sense of what is aligned. So, what is heart centered? What is nurturing to your true being? Also, what is nurturing to your alchemical abilities? Because, sometimes what your alchemical abilities are going to need is a fixer-upper. So it is a space in which you get a lot of leeway to shape and mold things into what you want, need, deserve for them to be, right? Into what you choose. And so belonging is talking about a kind of deeper awareness of what fits you, what's right for you, what is a good match, as opposed to maybe, being in a fixer-upper might not feel very good. It might be very anxiety inducing. It might smell bad or whatever. There might just be all of these rational reasons why not to enter into that kind of situation, circumstance, dynamic relationship, right? It could even be at work. There might be a company that's really not doing well. Why would you start working there? Well, because you have the chemical ability to turn it around and make it into a success, and so on and so forth. So a lot of this requires a lot of self-knowledge, but it's going to be easier for you to navigate this kind of energy through the knowing of what is right for you, what fits, what is a match at that heart-centered level. Again, the heart not being a center of emotion, so it is about what you love, what you value, what you're passionate about, what you really care about, where you are very willing to give your love and everything that follows, your time, your resources, your money, your focus, your future to some extent, right? However that resonates. So that was the first level. Let's now draw some more cards. Okay. We have the star, we got 4 cups, we have the sun. I mixed up the things while I was shuffling. So for some of you, you're seeing some cards and they're going to speak to you. Let them, by all means. And let's see also if any of those come back around. Do you want to be in this reading? Do you belong in the reading? Do these two belong in the reading? No. Okay. We'll see if they can come back around. They are welcome. And there's this energy of things coming back around, things being welcome. I saw another one that I didn't put back, but that's okay. We'll just cut the deck as we usually do. And again, they're welcome. We've got a 5 of Swords, King of Swords, and we have got the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. We're going to start here. This is so funny. Usually these things are part of the reading, right? And there's just what's up, what's down. There's this energy of things being mirrored. We'll see how that plays into the reading. Not knowing if you're coming or going. Yeah. Okay. It's the nature of alchemy. It's the nature of alchemy, meaning everything goes and anything goes. And when everything goes and anything goes, you need a lot of King of Swords energy. You need a lot of clarity and a lot of lucidity in this kind of energy. You're essentially being supported in this cycle to have a lot of power and to work your power and also to learn about power. And it's very important that you use it, again, not just wisely, but with lucidity. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. Just because you have the ability to turn a whole company around and make it successful doesn't mean you should join this company or do it at all, right? Maybe you could just start your own company and be successful from the bottom, so you don't have to deal with all of the breakdown. Being very, very lucid about what is appropriate. The Five of Swords is talking about a situation where you have lost before. So the Five of Swords in general is a win-lose card, and it's a card where there has been loss in order to gain, in order to win. So this could be you and another person in a situation, or it can just be a mentality that you have. With the Five of Swords showing up, I'm getting ego. Fives for me are the ego cards. And so this is speaking to you and your mentality. There's a mentality that is antithetical, even toxic to alchemical thinking, which is the notion of win-lose. If you go into alchemy thinking, I have to sacrifice this, I have to let go of that in order to bring something new, then you're out of a state of lucidity. And that's really kind of a big, just got a message. Okay, that's interesting. It's a big lesson to learn, Spirit is saying, because it's like, I feel like with the Five of Swords, you have been beaten down a lot of times when you were trying to reach for what it is that you have. And it's as if your life up to now has taught you that you cannot have it all, that you cannot have what you want, what you need, what you deserve, right? There's this energy of continually having to do what Spirit calls settling for reality. This is as good as it's going to get. This is as good as I can get it. This is as good as I can make it. This is as good as it's going to get. This is, and so on and so on. Lots of rationalizations. And there's the need for you to master those and to be very lucid, because the lucid position in a situation and circumstance is that you can have whatever it is that you want, that you love, that you value. And you see here how she's seeing herself in the pentacle. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera. She's seeing herself in the pentacle. There's her reflection. Whatever this energy wants you to have, again, being very lucid. It's not about fixing everything that didn't work in your life. It's not about going back to where you've lost and like, yeah, I lost in this situation. Now I'm going to go back there and I'm going to make it win. They said I couldn't do it. I'm going to show them. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. If you go from that foundation, it will not work. It really and truly is, with this Queen of Pentacles, about your values, your standards, what is good for you, what works for you, what nurtures you. And it is about what is an extension of you, what belongs with you. And where you have awareness of that, where you have the ability to master old thoughts, old resentments, old conflicts, old fears. Yeah, okay, I see it. I see it. Because it's very, very natural. When it's like the classic, well, not syndrome, but symptom. When people have been beaten down or when we've lost and then we get a little bit of power, we can really go crazy, actually. Power corrupts. And it's about ensuring that it doesn't corrupt you in the situation. And what would corrupt you is a sense of victimhood and a sense of loss. Where have you been defeated in the past? It's not about correcting those defeats. It's not about correcting what went wrong, what other people said, what we did, how we suffered. It really is about getting yourself what you want, what you need, what you deserve. And that's so interesting that I wanted to come in and come through. So, all right. There we go. Again, seeing some more cards. We did see the Emperor there, yeah. There's that Devil again. Through your swords, I was just thinking about it, the suffering. You're not suffering anymore. That's why this energy is here. It's a matter of you not listening to the suffering, listening to the old stuff, and instead forging a new path ahead. We've got Queen of Wands. Major Arcana number 19, the Sun, and we've got the Four of Cups. Okay. The Queen of Wands is talking about empowerment, and it is about true empowerment. So with the Queen energy, it's an embodiment, just like the Queen of Pentacles. It's about being it, walking your walk, walking your talk. And this is talking about walking in power and acting in power, meaning it's not empowering to want to prove things to other people. That's not power. Just because you can do something that is going to prove something to someone, it doesn't mean that you're going to be empowered doing it. In fact, you're going to be like a slave, an actor of patterns and old wounding, just old energy. And so Spirit is saying with Queen of Wands, make sure that when you're walking in this energy and you are deciding what to take on, for example, where to take this energy and how to start making things happen for yourself in the situation and circumstance, make sure that it comes from an empowered space, because with the sun, you're going to be successful. You're going to have complete, total triumph, success, overcoming of any obstacles, any difficulties, whatever you apply this power to, it is going to succeed radiantly. Now it's your job to make sure that you succeed at something that you actually want. With this Four of Cups, it's not about getting something, enjoying it for a little bit. With the Three of Cups, it's fun. You know, it's fun to like tour the city and show everybody your car and your clothes and show everybody your position and all of that. It's fun to rub it in, at family dinner, like, hey, you told me I wasn't gonna make it, but I did. Like all of those energies, it's diverting for a while, right? But it's not really fulfilling or nurturing. And at some point, you could arrive at a situation that you don't even really want because you pursued it for the wrong reasons. And the classic example is like, all those rom-com movies where they hire someone to be their date at the wedding and then they go and then they're stuck. And usually in those movies, they end up falling in love. But this is like, it's not a movie, it's reality, right? So anyone who would go with you to a wedding to lie, to impress other people, is probably not someone you want to be with. It's those kind of energies. You make sure, Spirit is saying, that you don't get yourself in a position where you have something that you don't really want, because you will be successful. It will be successful. And also just think about the shame it would be, what a shame it is, in that this is in that sense, how unfortunate it would be to take this energy and to manifest something that you don't want. You could use it to manifest a dream come true. Literally, wow. Yeah, be very, very lucid. So let's get you some specific advice. I would like 2 pieces of specific advice, please, Spirit. We've got 7 of Swords. Yeah. 9 of Swords. Okay. 7 of Swords is again that perspective, right? Someone who's walking with a one idea of where they're headed, and then it catches up to them. And that's the message. This is going to catch up to you. If it's something that's not aligned in this energy, it's going to catch up to you, and really it's going to trip you up. So notice as you're going about it in this energy. But basically, Spirit is saying is that the energy is going to, it's not that it's going to fight you, but it's not going to work for you optimally if you're coming at it from a misaligned perspective. So things are going to trip you up, but it is energy where you can overcome any obstacle, overcome anything. So be very aware when things trip you up. Check your thinking. This person, they're holding 5 swords. They're holding 5 swords. Check your thought patterns. Check your mentality. Are you going into a space of 5 of Swords is also an energy of defeatism? Are you being in a state of defeatism? Are you being in a state of victimhood? Are you, essentially, I would say, are you trying to externalize the energy, or is it really coming from you? Is it really from inside of you? Do you want this because and only having to do with you first and foremost? Really, really check your thoughts, check your mentality. And again, especially when things are tripping you up, and Spirit is saying it can even be very literally, like in the moment you get a phone call, this is not working out, there's an obstacle, stop and okay, what am I thinking right now? What was I thinking when I made that choice? What was I thinking when I went for this, when I went for that? And you will get your answer. With the Knight of Swords here, there's an energy of getting into it with thoughts. But I'm being very drawn to the horse, which almost seems like it got, like a runaway horse. It got pulled into the situation without being ready for it. And the horse represents the will. So the second bit of advice is like, yeah, that it's like, you know how you think you want something, but you may not be willing to do what it takes to get it, which is also why you would give it up along the way. So the second bit of advice Spirit is saying is to be very logical about things and to break down what it's going to take, what you have to be willing to be, to do, to receive, to engage with in order to get this thing that you want. I was just watching this video where they were commentating on a show called 90 Day Fiance. But it's basically people who are marrying people from another culture. And the notion, if I understand correctly, like the show is about basically people who have a hard time finding people in their own society community, and then they go out of their country in order to find someone. So already there are people who have a hard time finding someone, and then they go add another difficulty, which is the difference in culture. But then in the clip that they were showing, this person was unwilling to take in the other person's culture. So they were showing up and they were just like, well, I'm American and basically we should do everything in the way that, you know, Americans do. And the commentator was saying that, you know, it's not a viable way to go start a relationship with someone from another country. And it's just that that person hadn't thought about or hadn't been willing to accommodate someone's culture. They just hadn't thought about it. And so they could marry someone and then find that on a daily basis culture plays in, and that maybe not be something that they want, right? They don't want to eat that every day. They don't want to I don't know, have this practice or that practice. And it's the same thing here. Be very clear, very logical about what are you bringing into the situation. What is the situation bringing you? What does it require from you? What is it going to take? You know, if you're starting a project, it's going to take time. Do you have that time? Do you want to give it that much time? And you know, also it's a thing about like the time that it takes to create it, but also the time it's going to take to sustain it further on down the road, in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years. Is this what you want? Is this where you see your life going? And to just think things through with the Knight of Swords. Think things through. And it's not think things through with the Queen or the King where you have the clarity. I mean, the King is there absolutely to be lucid. But the advice is to just go through the process, because I feel like it's going to be the same thing with energy. If you just take the time to think things through, then the answers will come to you. The energy will show you that you are on the right path or not, because you're showing the willingness to think it through, right? You're seeking the answer will come to you. So think it through and be very aware of how and where and when you're getting caught up. So that was your reading. I do have a takeaway for you. We've got silence. Silence is a source of great strength. Don't waste words on people who deserve your silence. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. Oh my God. And that's the Spirit saying, look, what has happened. And we're not even going to touch upon that because we didn't go into depth in the reading. You know, so even now, what happened. And that's in the past. Don't give it the power to influence your future. Keep that power for yourself so that you can create the truest, brightest, most successful future possible for yourself, because that is what you want, what you need, and what you truly deserve. So love, that was the reading. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that it served you. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you would like a more in-depth reading, I do offer intuitive readings where we work on soul connection, we work on self-love, love and relationships, life purpose. And I've also created some healing work that is all written out where you can enact some very, very powerful healing on yourself, where we work on authentic selfhood, change, how to create change in your life, spiritual growth, and your co-creative partnership with Spirit, and then lots of different things. It's all mixed together, but it's really beautiful, very powerful. If it speaks to you, please check it out. It is in the description box, and I will be seeing you around. Bye, love. Hi, love. Hello, and welcome to those of you who chose the second option. We have here your cards, which is going to talk about the core of the energy and how Spirit would like for you to move through it. And that's very interesting that I put it that way. That Spirit would like you to do it in a specific way. So we're going to talk about that. We've got compassion. And it says the frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so the unconditional love can flow from source through our heart and into the world. Well, maybe that just gave it away there. We've got Orange Gold Dragon from Arcturus. Opens you to the knowledge for the new golden age. Carry the energy of the future. Be a guiding light. Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. And finally, we have achievement here. So, love, your reading is all about life purpose, and from a certain aspect, your life purpose being one of service. So, life purpose is about who you are and your truth in living in this world. And service is where your life purpose serves a greater energy, a greater force, a greater dynamic within the world. And both of those elements are here. So take it as resonates. I'm getting the energy that if you're here, you have quite the understanding of your life purpose. And so, yeah, like take this reading as a confirmation and really kind of plug it into your own understanding, your own process, and how you're already working that. And otherwise, if you're watching this and you're going, no, I don't know anything about my life purpose, well, it's coming. It is coming for sure. This is a new cycle of energy where are we going to start? We're going to start with double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. This cycle has a double energy. It has an energy that is about you becoming a true version of yourself, and at the same time, you serving humanity. I see them in the air here, it's speaking to me about Gaia's ascension. The planet is ascending into a higher level of reality, and we as humanity are along for the ride. So you may be here to serve Gaia, you may be here to serve humanity, you may be here to serve the environment, animals, different aspects here on the planet that all are ascending, but you're definitely here to serve the ascension process in a greater sense. And you do this first and foremost by carrying the energy of the future, being the energy of the future, embodying an evolutionary direction for humanity. And then also you're here to actively do something with your embodiment. Oh, but this dragon energy is talking about you. Yeah, you're the tip of the spear. You see how this dragon here has come to the end of the land, the end of the earth, the end of this earthly realm and its paradigm, which is a materialistic paradigm in the philosophical sense, meaning to believe that everything in this world happens because of material earthly dynamics. And so you're someone who has gone to the end of that and then taken it beyond. So you're probably someone who has done a lot of healing on yourself, I would imagine, or you've been able to heal yourself in a way that is unconventional. You've been able to realize something that is unconventional. You've been able to move into an embodiment, a way of being, a way of doing things, a way of living that is the mainstream, the status quo, and then some, and then taking it to the next level, and to do it in a successful way. Again, this is something that you have done already or something that you're going to do. With achievement, I would be leaning towards both is actually present here. On the one hand, this is you and your embodiment, and on the other hand, this is what you are here to bring forward, to guide, how you're here, bring here to guide, and how you're here to serve. So this is your life purpose, this is your service, and both are connected. And this cycle is intended for you to achieve both. For some of you, you've already achieved your sense of life purpose and your embodiment, and now you're going to manifest that in your service. And for others of you, you're going to do both in this next cycle of energy. You're going to shift your embodiment, shift into service. Your service is going to help you shift your embodiment, which is going to help you shift your service again, and to have this dynamic on both sides. In this card, this is Lord Ganesha, and these are his two wives, and they represent wisdom and prosperity, and the notion being that you cannot have one without the other. You can't have prosperity, true prosperity, without wisdom, and you can't have wisdom without true prosperity. It's like that. And this truth is held for you in the cycle, and you're intended to realize it for yourself in the cycle. Now, this aspect of you coming first is very important. So even if you are doing both at the same time, shifting your embodiment, purpose, service, you still have to be in a space where you're very grounded in your purpose, because that's when you're going to be called into greater service from a place of compassion. It's about realizing yourself fully and then serving from a place of compassion, and not from anything else. Not from judgment, not from trying to fix the world, not from a hero complex, not from a God complex, not from a space of control, thinking you know better than everybody else. There's a lot in your preparation that also takes you beyond that. It's part of what you're leaving behind in this earthly realm and paradigm. So let's get some more cards. This is kind of wild. I did not expect this one at all. But it makes sense. That's the energy we're in. Spirit wants me to say more about the compassion. Compassion, yeah, is talking about a situation, a circumstance, a cause, a calling, something that you're going to feel very strongly about in your heart, something that you're going to care about. So this is heart energy, what you love, what you value, what you're passionate about, what you care about. And that awakening in you and calling you forward into greater service, into more action. And our life purpose, just as our service, can be very large but also very mundane. So it could be like you could be called into helping the neighborhood pick up trash because you really care about that and it really speaks to you. Just as you could be called into trying to fix, not, you could be called into fixing world hunger. It could be very big and very small, but whatever it is, it's going to help the planet at a level that you cannot even imagine. It's going to uplift humanity. The big and the small, it all matters. And it's all part of what I love that. I love that. I always say, or Spirit has taught me to say, and I should tell you the whole story actually. I was watching this documentary about the war in Yemen, and I was crying and I was just weeping over the situation, the people, but also the human experience, and so much pain and destruction. And I was weeping and I was weeping and I was like, Spirit, help us, please help us. And Spirit said, I am. And I was like, how? And Spirit said, well, you're weeping right now, and others like me, that we are God's compassionate response to the state of the world. And it's not for everybody to be that and to be part of that response. But it does go through caring. It does go through taking responsibility. It does go through showing up. And it does go through an awareness of self, so that we show up in order to bring resolution, in order to serve. It's not, well, it is self-serving. I do believe in self-serving, actually, not as opposed to sacrifice. But it's not personal. It's loving. It's not about a personal quest. It's about a soul-based, heart-based love and care that becomes active in the world. And every single one of us, wherever we are, in big and in small ways, being part of the universe's evolutionary response, and being part of Gaia's ascension response, being part of God's compassionate response to the current state of our world. Wow. And that's your next cycle. That's your next cycle. You're getting to live more of that. You're getting to be that, and also to be in that energy. So let's draw some more tarot. Yeah, let's see about this next cycle. We got Page of Pentacles. Love it. Love seeing that. We've got the Major Arcana number 19, the Sun. Love seeing that. And we've got Ace of Cups. Love seeing that. I love seeing the Page of Pentacles because it is a card that talks about plans. It talks about projects in a written down, where practical kind of way, actually doing something, actually starting something. And Page of Pentacles for me is also a card low-key about our blueprint. So when we as a soul decide that we're going to incarnate, and we're going to have, follow this path and do this and do that, and we're going to contribute to the evolution, or not just the evolution, but to life on the planet. Every soul contributes to life on the planet and how it unfolds. And then souls like you contribute to the evolution and to the compassionate response. But there is a blueprint, and the Page of Pentacles is this energy for me where we remember that. So it's not about mastering, but it's about ideas and perspectives that come in, project plans, things that we want to do, that we want to start on with the page, that we want to embark on, and things also to learn. And because there's this Pentacles, it's about learning a new way to live on earth. And that's what the Spirit is saying. In this cycle, it's a new energy that you're stepping into. And it could be an energy that you're already into and you're going to turn it up to the max, or it really just is a completely different thing. You've never thought about pursuing these kinds of projects. You never wanted to, you never cared, or whatever it is. But now it's coming in. So there's the newness of pursuing these kinds of avenues, but there's also the newness of what you're going to think up, new ideas, new approaches to earthly issues, earthly problems, earthly situations and circumstances. For some of you, new solutions, radical new solutions that you're going to invent, think up, but that are part of your soul blueprint, and all of that coming in. And so wherever you are bringing these thoughts in alignment, because you see this, I believe that's a leprechaun, but this being here represents spirit helpers, guides. So this is you going, look what I thought, and then spirit helpers come in and they are going to help you to co-create this. And then they're also a symbol of luck, right? Fortune, blessings. The sun, this is successful. This is tremendous success. And I'm getting that for some of you, you've been waiting on it. You've been waiting on the success energy. You maybe have been trying things that are kind of like this. And they're going to be, because you've been preparing for this. You're not starting from scratch. You're starting from Page of Pentacles energy. So you've been preparing. And so what you've been preparing on, you are going to have greater success with this than with anything else in your life. This is where you're going to be at your most successful. This is where you're going to find in the cycle success energy at the rendezvous when you're pursuing these blueprint level projects, ideas, manifestations, creations that you're intended to manifest. When you're in alignment with those and you're pursuing those and you're choosing those above others, that is where you're going to find the utmost level of success. And success in a way where it feels like play. It's fun to do. It's magical. It's blessed. It's fortuitous. Things just work out. Obstacles overcome. Sun is triumph energy. It's also healing energy. And it's also talking about your work, whatever you create, having a tremendously healing influence in the world, an influence of light, being a guiding light. So shining bright for others to see and to be inspired by, inspiration energy with the sun, absolutely. But also just this energy of manifesting light in the world. You know how there's some people, some things, they do things and not everybody can see this. You just look at social media. People can hate very easily on people who bring the light out into the world. But you would know how to recognize the light. And other people who know it and who are aligned with it, they will know you. I think it's a line from the Bible. You will know them by their works. I think it's actually darker in the Bible, but that's the meaning that's coming in here. You will be known by the light that you have and hold in what it is that you're creating, which, by the way, is another way of saying you're going to have a very high amplitude. There's your vibration, there's your frequency, there's your amplitude. Your amplitude is going to be very high. And amplitude is also a way in which we talk about volume when we're talking about like sound and waves and stuff. Very loud, very bright presence and influence. For some of you, you're downright going to be famous. You're going to be seen, you're going to be known, you're going to be recognized. But for some of you, it's not even just about being famous. It's about the influence, right? It's about the how many lives you're touching, but at a deeper level, that you're brightening up the humanity, you're brightening up the planet. Again, in big or small ways, all of it will be this energy. Beautiful. Ace of Cups, tremendous amount of fulfillment. Again, this energy of having waited for it. Pursuing things, trying things, learning, growing, evolving. And here comes something that is going to be the utmost fulfillment, because it's going to be in alignment with something that Spirit is bringing to feed your heart. So therefore to feed your soul. Now we're in Cups energy. Cups energy is emotions. It's awareness, actually. And so there's this energy of you being aware of how much this new direction in this new energy is something that just feeds your heart, feeds your soul, feeds the truth of who you are. This is why I was born to be alive. You're going to feel it. You're going to be aware of it. Beautiful. And a tremendous amount of abundance that goes through with all of it. So, love, let's get you some advice. Yeah. What advice could Spirit possibly have for you in this? I am curious. Let us know, Spirit. What advice do you have? Enjoy. Enjoy came through. It's also part of that energy. We've got the Emperor. We have got Major Arcana number 17, the Star. This is Major Arcana number 4, the Emperor. And then we've got the Three of Swords. Okay. With the Emperor, when I turned it around, what I got is you got this. And the Emperor is speaking to the power of your soul. So Major Arcana for me is soul level energy. Your soul has got this. Your soul knows 100% what to do, how to go about it, how to make it happen. It has the power. You have the power. You are your soul, right? But you at your soul level, you have the power to create this, to manage it, to sustain it, to see it through, and also to be incredibly successful. This is yours. You've got this. So Spirit is saying for you to trust the power inside of you, a power that will awaken and activate as needed when needed. You don't have to feel like you have this power. And it's with the Page of Pentacles here, for some of you, what you're envisioning is almost so filled with power. It could be so grand, and it could require a lot of power from you, so that it might be a little bit daunting and off-putting. So we're saying don't be afraid of that. You will grow in that power in time. Again, for some of you, there's this process, right? Purpose, service, purpose, service. And for some of you, you're right there. So trust in the power that you have to then pursue this. With the Star, this is an element. Spirit is saying that there's something hidden here. So when you have the Star is a card that also talks about destiny, and it does talk about the energy of the higher self. So again, for some of you, you're going to grow into the energy of your higher self, and then unlock things as you go, as you're developing, as you're ascending in yourself. You're going to also unlock the path. You see how she's pouring water on herself and then water on the earth? You're going to be doing both. But there's also an energy of paths with the Star, guided paths, destiny. This is your destiny path. This is who you are intended to be. This is how you're intended to live on this planet from now on, from this cycle and onwards. And so destiny paths have in them, to them inherently, they have the energy, they have the memento, the rhythm, they have the ways of realizing themselves. Things that are destined will realize themselves. And so there's a message that you don't have to try so hard. You don't have to try too hard or push or anything like that. It's going to happen with you. You're going to grow and evolve as your destiny path grows and evolves. And moreover, Spirit wants you to understand that when things are destined, they make themselves happen. Convergences happen. Opportunities show up. Help and support shows up. People help you. They don't even know why. They don't even know why they're helping you. But they're like, I just feel like I should give you this. And it just happens to be what you need for your project, and so on and so forth. It's going to be like that. The whole world, the universe is going to be conspiring to make you succeed. You're destined to succeed, and so all things will be working to ensure that it is so. With the Three of Swords, Spirit is saying to heal your heart when you have been in a space where you have felt denied. And again, right, we have a heart here the Spirit is giving you, but you've been through times where you didn't have that fulfillment, where you couldn't live in alignment with who you really were and what you were really here to live and be and embody. And the advice is don't worry too much about that. The swords are out in this Three of Swords. It's already healing, so I feel like it's not something that's still heavy, but the traces are still there. And Spirit is saying that don't worry, the unfolding will heal it. As things come, as the fulfillment comes, it will heal it, and you will have a sense of, how everything that you've been through is going to help you do do your thing, be to the best of your abilities, serve, right, to the best of your abilities, it's going to be very healing for you. And all of this, it's like, yeah, all of these dark clouds, they're going to fall away and they are going to be replaced by a new and brighter reality. So don't beat yourself up if you're still feeling down about how some things happened, didn't happen, couldn't happen, and so on and so forth. You will be healed in the unfolding of things. So, love, that was your reading. Wow. I feel like I just snapped back to reality. Oh, right. This is a very different space, a very different dynamic, a different level of reality that you are in or you're stepping into. And again, enjoy. This is going to be very, very powerful. So happy to have given you this reading. I do have a takeaway for you. We have day. Never regret a day in your life. Good days give you happiness and bad days give you experience. This is really speaking to this. Everything that you've been through, there has been purpose to it because you are on a destined path. This may not be true for every single person on the planet, but it is true for you. And you will realize that in a way that will bring you a tremendous amount of healing and also really help you in the process of succeeding at serving through living out your life purpose. So, love, wow, all the best. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Please drop me a line. Also, I would love to hear your feedback and what you're up to, if you want to share. And then otherwise, if you would like a more in-depth reading, I do offer actually life purpose intuitive readings, where I just give you messages from spirit about your life purpose. It's actually structured. We go through different levels and different issues and different facets of embodying and pursuing our life purpose. I do life purpose, I do soul connection, I do self-love, and I also do love and relationships. There we go. And then I also have developed some amazing healing work that's part of my life purpose, that I also find revolutionary. And if that speaks to you, it's all written out, and then you can speak the words and enact some very, very powerful healing on yourself and work with spirit in really amazing ways. And so that is all in the description box if it speaks to you, if you would like to check it out. And then otherwise, love, I'm sending you lots of love, wishing you all the best. May you be blessed always, and in always, may your destiny path be protected always. May it shine bright. May you shine bright in this world. And thank you so much for your service. Lots and lots of love to you. Bye. Hi, love. Hello, and welcome to those of you who chose the third option. We have here a reading about the new energy cycle that you're in. And so I'm going to run through the cards and then give you Spirit's perspective on it. So we've got realization. The frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in this world. Well, now we've got Green Dragon, helps you tune into the secrets of nature, receive answers and guidance from nature, align with your divine essence. We have trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And then we've got joy, which is number 47. 4 plus 7 is an 11. I feel like it's relevant in this case because 11 is a number of connection to the higher self, among other things, and that is definitely coming through because this new cycle that you're in, the energy that I'm getting is that it's a cycle that is a lot about realization. It's about making things happen. It's about manifesting, but not just any old thing. It is about manifesting as within, so without. So your heart-centered truth becoming your highest expression in the world and then manifesting accordingly. This is about realizing. It's about creating situations, circumstances, relationships, products, an experience that serves your true being, that is in alignment with your true being. It says here, align with your divine essence. So this is a cycle that wants to create a reality for you that feeds and nurtures and fulfills and protects and elevates also your true being. Now, what feeds and nourishes our true being? Well, at the core of it, it's love. So this is a love-based reality. This new cycle is intended to manifest a love-based reality for you, or at least to get you moving in that direction. So to manifest a love-based reality for you, okay, the new cycle is that And okay, I see the issue right away. This new cycle is intended to manifest a love-based love-based reality for you. That will take more or less time. That's the issue, because I'm seeing the notion of a cycle here. We have trust your path, and you see how this person here is walking along a winding road, and then there are different elements. There are different kinds of spaces that mixed together along this path, and then there's something in the distance. I feel like this is going to be a whole process in and of itself, and a huge experience, but also undertaking, where you're going to have to move and navigate according to your divine essence. And so the thing of it is that our divine essence is not limited. It's not like, okay, this is my divine essence and I'm going to live it out for the rest of my life. It's like I embody this much divine essence and then manifest accordingly, and then you embody more and more and more. It's expansive in nature. It's creative energy. So you're always going to be growing and you're always going to be evolving. And so you're shifting into a cycle where you're learning how to attune to your divine essence, how to bring it into your being, embody it more and more. I feel like that's this joy energy, to step into a more joyful, happier, more uplifted experience as you're aligning with your divine essence, and then you're manifesting it accordingly, and all of it unfolds into a path, into a process. And it's a process to trust in, because as soon as I was like, is it gonna, it's just gonna set you on this path. So I was kind of limiting it. But no, you're gonna realize it. You're gonna realize love-based reality. It's just a matter of, how, when, where, the twists and turns of your path. You may realize it in this life, maybe in another life, right? It doesn't matter fundamentally, because just to be on this path is already incredibly joyful, already incredibly expansive, and already incredibly amazing and beautiful. You see these colors, I love these colors, and just juxtapose. So that's also what I'm getting, that this is a path where, yes, there are different elements and it's long and it's winding, but every single step of the way is beautiful. And if I was on this path, I would be stopping, looking at the pink in trance. Oh my god, this is so beautiful. Then I would go over to this kind of turquoise energy and be in trance. Oh my god, it's so beautiful, and so on and so forth. So this is a joy-filled path. The path of aligning with your divine essence is going to be joy filled, and it's going to be and feel like an experience where the rat here represents the ego, and the ego is carrying this pot with difficulty, and Lord Ganesha represents the divinity, and the divinity is carrying an even bigger pot with ease. And so there's a lightening of your load, of a sense of burden, of a sense of overwhelm and difficulty and challenge and stress and strain in the earthly experience. Energy follows a path of least resistance, and this is you tapping into that from a space of aligning with your divine essence and embodying it and expressing it in the world, realizing it and realizing things, creating things through that alignment. Now, just gonna make your life much more conducive to your spiritual energy being embodied, right? So it's not pushing it away. You're embodying it, you're grounding it, you're realizing it, but you're also allowing it to flow, and you're expanding in that energy. Because the thing about spiritual energy is that it shies away from what is painful, what is rough, what is difficult, what is not of its nature, of like nature, right? So everything we have in this world, not everything, but a lot of things in this world are distorted. They have a divine essence at their core, everything does, but it becomes distorted as you move down the dimensions, and it manifests as cigarettes and war and violence and all of these things. But at the core, all things have a divine essence. And so the farther away you get from that divine essence, the less spiritual energy you're going to find, because it doesn't coexist well with those elements. A very simple experience would be, even actually you can see it in children. As children grow up, they have so much spiritual energy when they're born, and they're just themselves, and they're flowing, and they're in their nature, and then they become more tough, and they toughen up, and they have experiences that kind of push out their divinity, push out their creativity, push out their flow, and they just kind of learn how to function according to this world. And the way in which this world function doesn't allow us to keep a lot of our divine essence aligned, right, and intact and embodied and so on. And so this is you going on an amazing journey in the cycle where you're aligning with it more, you're tuning it to it more, and then you're realizing the conditions that you need to uphold and sustain this greater alignment. So every time you align, you're going to need some kind of uplifting in your life situations or circumstances so that you can hold that energy in you, so that you can embody, you can ground it. And actually, to some extent, it is a vibration, because vibration is, to me, is the extent to which we know we're divine. So your alignment to your divine essence is your vibration. So this is you raising your vibration over and over again. And there's a lightening in your experience, in consequence of that. As a consequence of that, but you need to hold it and you need to be able to keep it, and that's where a lot of these realizations and these manifestations are going to be needed. So let's get some more information, because that was a lot. But that's things like that you also need to hear, realize. It's to really understand your spiritual energy, understand your nature as love, which is also why I call you love. All these things, it's a different way of living. You live differently when you are spiritually awakened and spiritually embodied. And this is you navigating those waters. So we've got a Nine of Cups, yeah. Makes sense. We've got the Empress, Major Arcana number 3. And then we've got the Lovers, Major Arcana number 6. The Nine of Cups is an energy of self-satisfaction. For me, the nines in the tarot are the self. So Nine of Cups is the wishes that come true for ourselves, about ourselves, and it's also the satisfaction we give ourselves. It's about making ourselves happy. And at a very basic level, Spirit is saying that where you're going to find your alignment to your divine essence is going to be very much about you making yourself happy and partaking of the things that make you happy and keep you happy and bring through the satisfaction. Meaning you are going to realize a situation and circumstance where there's an ongoing flow of satisfaction and fulfillment. I'm seeing it like this person here steps with this and then they move, somebody else comes in after them, somebody else. So a continual flow of things for you to be satisfied in and fulfilled by, in order with the Empress here to again ground this energy within you. Like it's speaking to the incompatibility of spiritual energy with any form of lack. This is abundance. This is abundance of all things that are nurturing, with the grain here, that are nurturing, that are worthwhile. And in the olden days, grain was also a symbol of wealth. And so this is you manifesting a reality where you are thriving, you are you're not in control, but you're on top. You are, there's an energy of triumphing here, triumphing over lack, triumphing over difficulty. And here we have the flow in the background, triumphing over past obstacles in a space of having a tremendous amount of abundance that you're also sharing with others. That's an aspect of it. And for some of you, that's very important. And that's part of your heart. That's part of how you love. That you absolutely want to realize abundance in order to share it with others. And so the Nine of Cups is talking about, as you align with your divine essence, yeah, there's this energy of becoming more and more aware of what makes you happy and allowing yourself to have that in order to build that higher level of reality, the higher sense of abundance. And with the lovers is an existential choice. It's about you realizing that at a more fundamental level, you're making an existential choice to live in fulfillment and to live in this kind of reality. This is important because, okay, there I see it. It's very, very important because I was having this nagging feeling like, oh, something is not right, or in the pit of my stomach. but it's kind of shown in all these images you see here. There's like a drapery, and behind it there's another world. She's in this space, and behind it there's a bigger world around. The same thing here, Garden of Eden, famously walled off. There's a bigger world, but people don't have this and they don't experience this. But it is your path, and I feel like I would even say it's your destiny with these two major kind of showing up. But certainly, it's in the next cycle of energy for you to transcend the difficulties that other people are experiencing in order to realize this experience for yourself. And it's for you to trust your path, because for some of you, there's other people who are not going to be able to keep up with you in this vibration, in this energy. They're not going to be able to I feel like it's even manifest themselves in your reality because of where they're vibrating and their lack. It might even be painful or scary for them to be in your reality because of where they're centered in theirs, in their own fear-based reality. So here you are, you have abundance, you have flow, you're making yourself happy. They might look at that and say you're being indulgent or you're being selfish. You might look at this and say you're being lazy, you're just sitting there and it's all coming to you. They might look at this and saying, oh, you're tempting others, or you're tempting me. You're trying to steer me off my path and condemn you for it. So there are external forces in every single one of these cards, and they all have the beautiful yellow background. There's just, and here too, there's an external environment that is putting pressure on you. Okay, this is not easy to realize, but it is what you do need to realize to realize, become aware of, but also to manifest, is to manifest a reality that can sustain itself by being based in love and feeding your spiritual energy in an environment, in a world where that is far from the norm. So let's look at what Spirit also has. We've got Page of Cups. We have 9 of Pentacles, and then we have Major Arcana number 19, the Sun, which has come up in every single reading today. So you can see what this energy in general is, right? With the Page of Cups, I'm very drawn to the fact that the fish fell out, and the fish is the past. And Page of Cups is talking about this, again, this notion that there's going to be a departure in what makes you happy and also what brings lightness to your life. Once upon a time, what made you feel happy, but also what made you feel carefree, what made you feel like life was going well, that's going to change. That has fallen away and something new needs to come in. And so again, that speaks to, if what used to make you feel carefree was to go out and party all night with a group of friends, and all of a sudden it doesn't, then staying in connection with that group of friends is not going to be as easy. Similarly, if you had a business and you used to work for the money and used to get a lot of satisfaction from earning a lot of money, and all of a sudden you are getting your satisfaction from the quality of the work that you're doing and maybe the topics that you are working with, then your partners, your work partners, might not be okay with it, in alignment with it. Your family might think it's weird that you're starting to focus on these things now when you were doing so well with this other thing, and now you're earning less money, and blah, blah, blah. All of these things, there are dynamics, and the sky is gray. The sky becomes grayer. There is a cost to it. Spirit is not, well, why would the Spirit lie to you? But there's this energy of coming in and saying, I will tell you the truth. There is a cost to you going into this kind of lightness of being. As you unburden yourself, you're going to find that other people are burdening themselves. So they're choosing to be burdened in that sense, but also that they might have a burdening effect on your life. Other people, situations, circumstances, like maybe your job or your work or practices or habits or goals, that there is a big energy here of transformation, but in a very simple way. You're just going to feel differently. You're going to be aware of yourself in a different way, and that brings a massive amount of change and transformation. With the 9 of Pentacles here, there is, the way she's looking at these grapes, it's speaking to, again, abundance and a lot of provision, because 9 of Pentacles is a card of, it comes after the 8 of Pentacles, right, where we've put in the hard work. So 9 of Pentacles is kind of a card of almost like passive income. It is a card of gaining from our investment and gaining from the work that we have done. And that's what you're going to step into. You're going to step into a reality that is a lot more about easy gains. I don't know how to put it in a different way, but you have done work to be here. I feel like to even have this kind of energy, but let's set that aside for now. You could still put in work, but it's gonna feel like you're just effortlessly receiving. The grapes are just growing. You just have a farm. The grapes are just growing. Things that you put time and effort and energy in, they just prosper. They just work and they just give you so much. There's grapes here and here and here and here and here and here. And compared to other people, they could still be in that Eight of Pentacles mentality. You gotta work, you gotta work, you gotta work, you gotta work, you gotta put your time. And it's like you're transcending from that and taking it to the next level where things work for you and you're continually benefiting from it. You might even do something like maybe you put in a lot of work and you create one thing. Let's say you create one movie, right? And then that movie just takes off, and then there's merchandising, and then there's the music from the movie is taken over, and then they make an anime and so on and so forth, and that's other people doing it based off your work, but you're benefiting from that. It's like that, like J.K. Rowling is a billionaire, but she didn't single-handedly create all the work that makes her a billionaire. I'm getting that kind of energy. There's going to be in this new cycle ways in which the world works together and conspires to bring you a lot of abundance. And from people looking outside, again, you're just there, you're just laying, it's just coming to you. Oh, you're just lucky, or you're just, you don't even deserve it. Like those kinds of energies are also coming in. And again, we have that beautiful yellow background. It's so cool. And also even here, yellow being a card, what's coming through here is the gold. It's the wealth, but it's also fearlessness energy, because finally we have the sun, and this is triumph. This is gonna be, again, it's child's play. It's your spirit. So your spirit is in joy. Yeah, the sun is also a card of joy, success, triumph, happiness, healing, also of difficult situations and circumstances. And that's what I'm getting. It's like challenges, obstacles, things maybe what people had written you off. Oh, you're down, you're never going to get over that, you're never going to survive, you're never going to be able to come back from this. You're going to come back from it, and you're going to make it look like child's play. And this is a success that has no limitations, it has no boundaries. So there's no time limitation on this energy either. It's going to be in your life, and it's going to be giving and giving and giving and giving and giving until the day you die, because again, you're going to be in this process continually. It's a creative process, and at some point with the sun, there's also an energy of mastery. You're going to master this process, and you're going to be able to again create triumph and success and wealth and healing and really whatever you want that is in alignment with divine essence. The sun card of divine essence. I am cluing into it now, but it's there, and this is your divine essence shining onto every single aspect of your life and realizing itself, and therefore realizing things that are in alignment with itself: abundance, success, prosperity, wealth, well-being, triumph, the triumph of spiritual energy. As above, so below. As above, so below. As above, so below. And this is you going above, going into your divine essence, realizing it, going into your divine essence, realizing it, and making it all seem like child's play to people outside. It may not be, right? There is a cost here, there is something here, but it's going to seem that way. So let's get you some specific advice, because I see all this energy around you and I get it, but at the same time, it's not really showing up that way, right? So there we go. We have the Tower. Major Arcana number 16. With the King of Swords, this is talking about lucidity. It's very, very, very important that you understand and that you comprehend what's going on. You are elevating your reality. You are going to the next level. You are getting better for yourself. And again, it's very important that you stay clear. You're making yourself happy. You're not being indulgent. You may go into indulgence as you're, tweaking, and you learn to center in it. And that's fine. But you understand that what you're seeking is not the indulgence. You're seeking satisfaction of the self, again, for spiritual reasons, because you know what life is supposed to be. And life is supposed to be happiness and joy and abundance. And you're realizing that for yourself. If even though everybody else cannot experience the same. And that's the King of Swords. Stay clear about who you are and what you're about and what you're experiencing, what this reality is. Readings like this will help you tremendously. You know, the ability, maybe you can connect to spirit also, but wherever you can find things that help you and that feed this clarity inside of you, this mastery of your thoughts, so that you're not allowing anyone or yourself to deceive you about what you're experiencing, you're going to be able to really stay in the center of it, stay in this alignment. Really, really master your thoughts. So this is not even saying, you know, don't think negative. This is master your thoughts, master your clarity about your sovereign right to realize this for yourself. You have every right to live in a love-based reality in this world. It is your divine birthright. And again, you know, I could keep going and going. And I feel like that's maybe what Spirit is saying. Say that to yourself over and over again. Affirm it for yourself. Be very clear and stay in this clarity that this is your sovereign right. And then we have the Tower. And the Tower is talking about major well, I'm blanking out. Major redirection. Maybe that wasn't the word that wanted to come in. Yeah, it's not the word. It's major disruption. There we go. Major disruption. And it's like what once was, what once worked, the Tower, right? Representing kind of the way of an age, the way of living, societal understanding, societal wisdom, civilizational wisdom that is breaking down through this. You cannot live the way that you have. You cannot continue to live in the way that you have. Something has got to give. And so as we have one sovereignty here, that's yours. Hold on to that and allow the sovereignty of the world, the ways of the world, the logics of the world to fall away, because you're going to find that what happens in the world and how things are done in the world are not going to be sufficient to explain your experience. They're not going to be able to tell you who you are and what you're experiencing, and they're not going to be able to help you navigate it. So let it fall and instead rest on your own understanding. But with this King of Swords, you know, the word yoga means technologies of awakening. So this is something that we've been doing as a humanity for thousands of years. There is knowledge, there is clarity, there are teachers. So this is also about you seeking that out. There's your own, but there's also a science, King of Swords, science energy. There's a science to awakening, and you can also rest on that. But you know, yeah, mainstream awareness, mainstream understandings is not going to be able to get you there. So I wanted to add a third one. Yeah, I felt something was missing, and here we have it. It is the Ten of Pentacles. And again, that little child, a little child getting a chest full of coins. Yeah. Take your time to understand what to do with this. It's like this child has a pentacle, right? But they probably don't even know the value of money or how money's made or how to spend it or anything. But they have time as they grow and as they evolve. So don't rush or feel like you have to rush with the abundance that you do get. This is going to be a dynamic in your life for a very long time, and you have all the time in the world to learn. And if this little child drops this pentacle, well, there's more where that came from. And it's the same thing with you. Give yourself the grace to move through this process where you're learning and growing, you're evolving. Nothing is ever wasted. Your wealth, your prosperity, your abundance that is here for you will be long lasting, long term, again, for the rest of your life, because of the energy that underlies it. So you know, learn about this new state of being in your own time, in your own way. Allow it to be a process. And with that, we have a takeaway message, which is find magic and joy in all the little things in life. Absolutely. And to me, that's actually one of the things that I really recognize about spiritual energy and creativity, is that you can turn any moment into a magical and joyful one. Having a cup of tea, just pausing, looking at a wall. When I was awakening, I would stare at walls. That was really profound. And to see them like opening and moving and stuff. But it's that kind of energy, and this is Spirit saying that this is a process that is going to happen in the big things. We do see that here, but also in the little things. It really is something. And I feel like it's gonna find you. It's gonna find you. It's gonna come for you. You don't have to push it. You don't have to go look for it. The magic and the joy will arise as yeah, consequence of this process. So, love, that was your reading. Thank you so much for watching. I would love for you to drop me a comment to hear how you took this reading, how it speaks to you, how it's unfolding for you, if you feel like sharing. Otherwise, just like, comment, share, subscribe in general. And if you'd like more in depth reading or in depth information, I do offer intuitive readings where we work on soul connection, we work on self love, love and relationships, life purpose. And I also have created some really beautiful healing work, and specifically one that has to do with spiritual growth that really speaks to all of this and these dynamics of abundance. So you can check that out. It's all written out, and then you speak the processes and enact tremendous healing on yourself in collaboration and co-creation with spirit. So if that speaks to you, it is in the description box. Otherwise, in general, sending you lots of love. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and bringing this energy over here. Sending you lots of love, wishing you all the best. May you be blessed always and in all ways, and so it is. Bye.